about 3 months since I've seen this show. I do remember I loved it.
Come on now, Annie. Come on.
I feel like ending it all.
Now don't be silly.
I do. Now that he's gone, what's left for me?
You've got all sorts.
Like what?
Your earrings are nice.
You know how I feel, don't you, Robin?
Yeah,
sort of
sure he does.
sad.
Yes.
There's nothing more awkward when someone's crying and you do not know what to say.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a cigarette now, Annie, actually. So which one of those are...
Well, mine cause heart attacks and strokes, so yours must damage the sperm and decrease fertility.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, I'll have one of them.
Oh yeah, she's a bit of a scrounger, isn't she? Remember that from last time out.
You just sit and smoke that, missus. Quietly.
Tell me, Sal, have you booked...
Sorry, Robin, you were gonna say something fascinating then?
I was just gonna ask, have you booked your summer holidays yet?
No, that's a good one. I haven't booked anything for summer yet, because I'm only just back from Canada, seeing my sister.
Right. And
Nice.
did you enjoy that in Canada? Or was it a shithole?
No, it was lovely. All that snow. Proper winter wonderland, you know, like, what's that book where they're all behind the wardrobe?
And Frank.
Narnia?
Narnia. Like those Narnia books.
I know what you're trying to do. Bless you. But I can't get my mind off it.
You could try.
Gone. Just like that. Oh, I can't normally do that. 1 minute there, and the next minute, well, still there, but dead.
Come on, Annie, he was only a rabbit.
There was nothing only about Bright Eyes.
A rabbit?
Yeah.
A bunny rabbit?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were crying about Martin.
Why would Martin's retirement bother me?
Martin hasn't just retired. He's gone and died and all.
No, when?
Saturday.
What of? It wasn't the food at his party, was it?
Why are you asking me? I'm not Quincy.
Because I had a whole plate of those mini tartlets.
I think he just dropped dead.
Phew. Well, here's hoping, eh?
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh.
It's time for a proper chat. It's roll it, light it, smoke it, stub it, out.
Clinton, isn't it?
I would ask what that's all about, but you know, time pressures, man. Time pressures. I told you why, but it's shop talk.
Yeah, Clint, you invented the no shop talk rule, so if you want to break it...
Right, the lift's up between the 3rd and 4th floor, yeah, you know the coup. Let us out!
Oh, shit.
We're losing the will to live.
I actually got stuck in a lift myself a couple of weeks ago. It was either the Friday before Christmas or the Friday before New Year. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, I literally trapped in a lift for about an hour and a half. Couldn't get out.
So you're having a fag?
It's my first one all morning. If I don't have one now, I'll have to wait till lunchtime.
Tell that to the people in the lift.
Oh, I have. I wouldn't want to get stuck in a lift. No way. I'd want out soon as. That's why I want to be cremated. I don't want people thinking, yeah, Clint's dead. Right, let's bung him in a coffin. But then I wake up in this tight space and I'm all like, whoa, let me out. And everyone's, we can't hear you, man, because there's all this soil and shit. And I'm trying to shout louder, but the air's running out and I'm all, I'm not dead yet. You get me. And then I am.
Damn.
What? Oh, gotcha, Martin. Yeah, it's well sad.
Won't catch me shedding any tears over him. Dirty old sod.
Sally?
Yeah, well, he was. Patting your ass every time you walked past.
Never patted mine.
I always liked Martin. You look like Father Christmas.
I always thought you looked like a yak.
Nah, more like a walrus.
Perhaps he'll come back as a walrus. Or a yak. Probably not Father Christmas. but-
Reincarnated? Nah. God's all powerful. Why would he feel the need to recycle people?
I've been here before.
Yeah.
I have. I
Have
was
you?
taken back by this gypsy once, and she told me I'd been, what's her name? Big hair.
Dusty Springfield.
Famous husband, something to do with cakes.
Mrs. Kipling.
Marie Antoinette. That's why I'm so prone to neck ache. Had my head chopped off.
I
Right.
saw this video once, yeah? They was all dressed up like Marie Antoinette. Well, they wore the wigs. Let Them Eat Cock, it was called.
I wouldn't want to come back again. And if I had to, I'd expect considerably better next time round.
We're all just here to learn a lesson. And once it's sunk in, we move on to a higher plane.
Where do you pick up this crap?
A mystic mug. A friend brought it back from Goa. It's covered in holy writings, and when you drain the dregs, you can see Vishnu giving you 4 thumbs up.
I bet you can.
Oh,
Barry!
man, I
Higgins!
am right there with you, yeah? Must hit you like a douche in the love spuds.
What?
Martin! You guys shared an office for years, and now he's...
Yes. Still, life goes on.
Soldier.
Did anyone name a famous Chinese person?
Chairman Mao?
Fu Manchu?
It's all one word. I think it might end in K.
Definitely a person. Not a wok.
Well, it just says chink. It's 5 letters.
Barry?
Oh,
It'll be crack.
Oh, yes.
yeah. You know how you get a lot of shows when you see them on streaming sites, everything these days, where they go, yeah, this kind of TV show may contain language that was appropriate of its time. Yeah, this would have definitely had that one there.
You don't have to be brave with us, man. Life doesn't have to go on. If you want to cry, we won't take the piss. Call you a wuss. Big girl.
Clint, you are aware that the lift is broken.
Yeah, I am in charge of
There
maintenance.
are people trapped inside. You should do something about it. You can hear them in my office.
Yeah, I know, man. Help, help.
That's not all they're saying. They're using some pretty ripe language about it.
What? No one disses me.
Oh shit!
Laters.
Get him, Clint! Oh, stop it, Annie! Yeah, she's doing it for attention now.
Is an elephant a marsupial?
No.
No.
It's all right, Barry. You don't have to tiptoe around me. I'm coping.
Good. Now shut up.
Martin's death.
Dirty old sod.
And my little rabbits.
Oh, rabbits.
No.
Most people are struggling to cope with one bereavement. I've had 2. I'm strong, Barry. I'll get through this.
Right, that's it. Come on, Marie Antoinette, before someone chops your head off a second time.
Can't we stay for another?
I think 4 on the trot is pushing it, don't you?
Yes.
Honestly, if you can't take the piss when you're surrounded by death, when can you?
Suppose I better go and show Willing.
You're not leaving.
Yep, back to it.
Can't you stay for another?
Ooh. Go on then.
Didn't want to be left alone with his picture. His eyes seem to follow you around the room.
Yeah. Although he hasn't got his glasses on. He was blind without them.
I suppose.
Will you be going to the funeral then?
No, I don't do funerals. I'm slightly phobic about coffins.
I thought you had a phobia about sausage dogs.
I do. And rubber toys. Helicopters.
Rubber ones.
Oh, any sort. Dartboards too. Belisha beacons. Gnomes. Being stabbed. tartan, all shades. And developing new phobias, but mostly coffins.
Well, we're all going to end up in one.
Not necessarily.
No, there are these cardboard things now, aren't there? Cheap and cheerful.
And there's no guarantee that we'll die at all.
Immortality for you, is it?
Yeah, I'm looking into it. There have been some amazing scientific advances. Cryogenics, new surgical techniques. I might end up bionic. I read a lot about it. When I was a little boy, I wanted to be a surgeon.
What went wrong?
Well, they don't let children perform operations.
I never thought I'd make it past 25. Thought I'd live fast, die young. But that's life. Never goes according to plan.
Come on, Len, let's get you sat down.
There he is, Lils. Up on the wall. You fucking outrage. You callous bastard.
He's been like this all the way down here.
Cut off in his prime. Martin was one of the good guys. Clint Eastwood. In a beard.
If he's retiring, is that really him getting cut down in his prime?
But fatter. Oh, you unfeeling, hard-hearted bastard.
You've got to stop calling God a bastard, Len. I can't see it's doing you any good.
You shit!
Come on, Len, sit down, calm down, and have a nice fag. Oh, it is awful, though, isn't it? To see Martin at his party, laughing his head off, doing the time warp. So full of life.
Was that woman in the last episode? I don't remember her.
So empty of it.
How cheaty would you feel? You spend your days slaving away for these fuckers, working your fingers to the bone, and when you finally get some time back to yourself, you go and drop dead in Asda's frozen food aisle.
Not even
shit.
fresh.
He didn't die in Asda. That's where I shop.
Mortality rate must be pretty low, though, Barry.
He was just leaning down to fetch a tub of cart door when the whole of his left side went stiff.
Ooh.
Poor Pat thought they'd had the freezers up too high, but no. Fatal stroke.
Damn.
It's the grief, Lils. I haven't felt like this since Diana died.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Such a shock.
And to go so young.
Yeah. Just 36.
And those poor boys losing their mum.
Yeah.
Those little princes. I know people said she swanned around, just spending money and living it up with Elton John, but she did a lot good, you know. People with AIDS and one-legged kiddies, all that crowd.
I'm talking about my wife, Diana, not the Princess of fucking Wales.
God, Len, I am so sorry.
Penguins.
Barry, it'll be kangaroos.
Or wallaby.
It fits.
Platypus.
Still, at least with Martin, it was sudden.
Too fucking sudden.
My Uncle Colin took 12 months to die. Every day you'd say, please may this suffering come to an end. But he just got steadily worse. No, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. We couldn't book holidays. If you went out gallivanting, people called you callous. It's a bloody nightmare.
I'm all for euthanasia once it gets to that stage.
Oh yeah, bump them off. I mean, you do it to an animal, why not to your relatives?
As long as that's what they said they want in advance.
Yeah.
And if they haven't, slip them an injection. You know, they're none the wiser. It's
No.
a kindness.
No. Right. So I've got my thoughts on euthanasia and assisted suicides and all that kind of stuff. My personal opinion on it is I think it should be allowed under very, very strict circumstances. So you are going to get people that would potentially try to do kind of what she said, just like bump them off. And sometimes it'll be out of kindness. And sometimes it's going to be, I want to get their money. I want to get my hands on their house, for example. So for me, I think if you were to bring that in, it must be under the circumstances that you've had two completely separate independent doctors classify a patient as terminally ill or having no quality of life. And like he just said, that it's got to be with the person's written consent in the presence of a lawyer when they have the mental capacity to do so. Like, for example, my nan, she got dementia, so in her later years, she wouldn't have had the mental capacity to do so. If she, when she was, say, 50, for example, said, if I ever get to this state and I don't remember anything and I've got no quality of life, yeah, I'm happy for you to just do whatever and let me slip away peacefully. But I do feel that it has to be done so rigorously, and it should be in a proper clinic, and it should be done, like I said, with independent doctors who are unconnected to each other to nullify the potential of having, say I was a doctor and someone goes to me, oh yeah, I'm going to pay you 10% of the inheritance I get from the estate if you say that they're terminally ill. You know, it's got to be done in a very meticulous way, I think, personally, because I wouldn't want to be in a vegetative state or anything like that. So, yeah, there is an argument to be made for assisted suicides, providing it's done in the right way.
Look at him smiling. No idea death was round the corner.
It wasn't. That photo was taken years ago.
I think Martin knew he was going to die.
We're all going to die, Lils.
Not necessarily.
Well, yes, necessarily.
I think he had some form of premonition. Because at his retirement do, just after they gave him those golf clubs, he turned to me and he said, Lillian, I will never make use of those.
He just really hated golf.
Yeah,
It
there
is
you
a
go.
very boring game.
Here, I've just thought. I gave a £5 for those golf clubs. What a fucking waste.
Morning, everyone.
Oh! Busy. Barely had time to smoke that.
No, don't rush off. This concerns you all.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose I might as well.
Now, I take it you've all heard the sad news about Martin.
Yes, we have.
Bastard.
Len, he's not even in his grave.
God's a bastard.
Oh, fine.
It is awful, though.
Most distressing. I haven't stopped crying.
Yeah, you look at it.
So, I thought I'd better visit all the floors in person. Quite a chore with the lift out of action, rather than send some informal email.
And the server's down.
That's got nothing to do with it. Although, if people would observe the company rule about not opening attachments...
You don't always know they're not work-related. I opened one this morning from a client. It was the filthiest thing I've ever clapped eyes on.
Was it the woman with the donkey?
I think you found it was a mule.
I mean, I can understand the animal enjoying itself, but what could that dirty bitch get out of it?
Well, if it's the one I saw, lockjaw.
I just can't get it out of my head.
That's probably what she was thinking.
Well,
Oh!
hopefully the tide of pornography has been stemmed now. We've an idea most of it was sent by Martin.
I've never understood the appeal of pornography.
Hadn't you?
No. If God had wanted us to be looked at naked, he'd never have made clothes.
To return
Fair
to more
point.
serious matters, as you see, Janet has a bucket.
Oh, yeah, it's lovely.
We're collecting for a wreath.
We've only just put in for his retirement present. How many collections is he planning on having?
Martin did work here for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
37.
Was it?
Are you going to get a wreath that spells out Martin in flowers?
Oh, no. It'll be tasteful.
A flowery name's tasteful.
Can I just ask, Sharon, will you be closing the offices for the day as a mark of respect?
When?
For the funeral?
No, we've lost enough time today with people yakking on about it. I think the best way people can mourn Martin is to quietly and respectfully get on with the job. It's what he would have wanted.
I think he probably wanted not to be dead.
I can't just close the entire building for the day, even if I wanted to. I don't have the authority. Yet.
Sharon will be there as the firm's representative.
Yes. Well, that's not definite, Janet. Depends on my diary.
But I've already hired you a hat.
Hats are for weddings, and I'd never wear a hired one. You don't know whose head it's been on.
Oh, that's right. Trannies love big hats.
And what exactly is the problem with that?
So should I cancel the hat?
Trannies might look ridiculous, but they are people. They're not lepers.
Yeah.
Lepers are people?
Yeah, but
What did I say?
You never saw Danny LaRue in a hat, just a tiara.
There is a further matter. I'm sure you'll all agree there was one thing about Martin we are all going to miss.
Yeah.
His efficiency, and in his typically efficient way, he fired off a thank you note before he died.
Oh.
Not immediately before he died. Not in Asda.
I think they could have worked that out. It arrived in the post this morning. I'd like you all to hear it. Janet, but don't do the voice.
Apparently I can't.
You made a total fool of yourself in distribution. She sounded more like Michael Jackson.
Martin was quite squeaky.
Should I have another try?
No, I couldn't cope with that girl. Hearing his voice from beyond the grave.
Just a very quick one. So Pauline, I say Pauline, in Benidorm, which I'm obviously reacting to at the moment, she has just come in series 4, the woman playing Janet. And at the moment, I see 2 incredibly similar characters. It literally feels like it could be the same one, personally.
Dear all,
Oh, so we've decided it's definitely all, not Anne.
there's no one called Anne working here.
I assumed she was the caterer.
Dear all, thank you for my party.
Pasty?
Sharon, I really don't think that given the size of the buffet, he'd single out a solitary pasty.
There's
I mean-
no way that's an R, but have it your way.
If it's a good pasty.
That's it really. Thank you for my party. Love, Martin.
Oh.
Fuck all about the golf clubs. Ungrateful sod.
I'm off to accounts, Janet. Catch me up. Remember the bucket.
The bucket.
Not much in there, Jan.
No. A surprising amount of people have been quite critical of Martin.
Well, he couldn't help being a big lard ass.
It wasn't his mammoth bulk they objected to. A few people have said that he had wandering hands.
Oh,
Well, he
yeah.
did. I always took it in good sport.
Women should be free to get on with their work without being propositioned.
You're not propositioned much, are you, Jan?
No.
I wonder why.
Right, that's everyone. I better join Sharon. Oh, and get onto the hat, people.
I wonder where Martin is now.
He'll still be at the Undertaker's.
No, I mean heaven or hell. Not that I'm implying he'll have gone to hell, but do we continue? Is there life after this?
No.
No.
Nope.
Oh. See, I can't see how all this could just stop. I think your soul carries on. So when
I
I
have a
die,
theory.
my energy will pass into a nearby object, like my handbag or a teacup, and live on. But your body rots to mush.
No. No. The dead walk. I've seen them. Out
Do
there
they, Leonard?
by the photocopier.
No.
When the Manchester branch came down.
Oh, Robin. You really got on well with that lot.
All right.
You really palled up with their team leader.
Sanjeev.
Yeah. Thick as thieves all day, you two.
I wouldn't go that far.
It was late in the evening. Everybody had gone. And I just happened to glance up at the security screens. And what I saw sent a chill right down my spine.
Oh, Len. Was it a headless horseman?
Don't take the piss, Lils. How'd you get a horse out there?
It could just about accommodate a Shetland pony.
There were these 2 ghostly figures. And one was lying back across the photocopier. And this big, dark, swarthy bugger standing over him.
That'll be a fault on the camera, surely.
No. And the
Oh.
dark one, he's punching. A smaller fella.
Yeah, gremlins.
Over and
Oh.
over and over. In the groin.
Bullshit.
Over and over.
Do you think they were reenacting a violent murder?
Possibly. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's what it will have been. Ghosts
Yeah,
reenacting a
yeah.
murder. Yeah, makes sense, actually. So, did you try to find these two terrifying spectres?
Fuck that.
They probably said that.
No. I don't believe that.
Perfectly plausible to me. Two ghosts.
No. You must have nodded off and dreamt it then.
Ah, maybe.
Was more like a nightmare, Barry.
Or perhaps it was a glitch on the camera, like Robin says. Did you check it back on the tape?
Tape? No, I didn't tape it. I got my grandson's copy of The Little Mermaid, so... God, that put the shits up me.
I'm gonna have to have another fag.
What's that?
It's the fire alarm, Len. Aw, you off, Barry?
Yes, to the assembly point.
It'll only be a drill.
But we still have to assemble, so we're braced for a real emergency.
Oh, it's a waste of time. It's all right if you haven't smoked for an hour or two. Good excuse, but no point giving up your break.
Well, I'd rather be prepared for any conflagration.
Waste of time.
That thing is getting on my wick.
Oh, it'll go off soon.
Oh, and it's raining outside as well.
Are you sure it's a drill still, Lil?
Yeah.
I am the 5th floor's fire officer. Don't get any extra money for it, but... Oh, God.
What?
There's not a drill scheduled till next month.
Oh, shit.
Cry. We're gonna cry. Come on, Len. Do you want to pick a seed?
Oh, she left her bag.
I'm back.
Yeah. Do you reckon they managed to get the people out of the lift? Do you reckon it's the people in the lift that set off the alarm?
Told you there was nothing to worry about.
Oh,
Oh,
what did I
fire
come
drill.
back in here for? I've already had my break.
I'll have another one, Barry. Everyone will be milling around for ages, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want
Always
another one.
happens.
It'll be a shock to Martin's death.
Yeah.
I've lost 2 people and I'm still managing to smoke.
You haven't lost 2 people. You've lost someone who just worked in the same building as you and a rodent.
Yeah. Oh, stop it!
Her bunny rabbit's dead.
What?
Piss-taking bastard.
Yes.
When did it happen, sweetheart?
Oh, no! Don't give her attention!
Yesterday. It was hopping round her flat. It chewed through the television cable. Poor old Bright Eyes was...
Fucked.
Yeah.
Bright eyes. Fucking burning like fire.
Not anymore, they're not.
What is this? The Valley of Death.
Yeah.
Don't panic here, we're not gonna die.
Yeah, we know
There
that.
was someone in the lift triggered off the alarm, naming no names, but what is Tess Pownell's problem?
Oh, she got polycystic ovaries, but...
There are 3 other people in that lift, yeah, but they didn't hit the alarm. Fair enough, one of them's passed out.
Can you blame them for panicking? They've been in there a good hour.
No, I've sorted it now.
They're out.
No, I've turned the alarm off. Trying to fix lifts is well stressy. I need a smoke.
I'd best get back, I suppose. I don't know how I'm going to concentrate.
What on?
My job.
Do you need to concentrate?
Yeah.
Yes.
If a client goes by and I don't nod him in, we could lose thousands. We could all be out of a job in 6 months.
True.
Life's so precarious.
Yeah.
Let's just be grateful we're alive.
Yeah.
Death, eh? We're just passing shadows in the big scheme of things. Gone in the twinkling of an eye. No rhyme, no reason to it. Your parents have it off. And if they do down me, so what's it? 9 months later out you pop. And you think you've got all the time in the world, don't you? When you're young.
You do.
But the sands of your life are trickling down all the while. And as the years pass, they trickle all the quicker. And before you know where you are, they're booking your funeral.
Oh, Leonard. You're quite profound when you're not swearing.
Fuck off.
So that was an episode that took a little bit longer to kind of ease into it, but by then that was a really good episode. I really enjoyed that. So let me gather my thoughts, and I will be back with you in just a moment.
A few moments later.
Okay, so that was The Smoking Room, the second episode. So, obviously, again, apologies that it's been a little while since I watched that. Well, I say a little while, obviously we mean a couple of months, in between the episodes. I will try not to leave it quite as long for the next episode of The Smoking Room, because I really did enjoy this, because it's a very different kind of comedy, isn't it? Very different kind of sitcom to most other ones that you would typically tend to see, because of course you're not going to get really one of a similar kind of vein in the modern day, because of the actual smoking ban that exists in real life. You can't realistically replicate it by being outside in a smoking shelter. Well, I mean, I suppose you can, but not in the same way, I suppose. I enjoy this. Now, I did say in the in the reaction that I do have my own theories on death, and mine is a little bit on science and a little bit which is just my own thought process. So I genuinely believe there is no life after death. I don't believe in reincarnation. I don't believe in heaven or hell, or any of these sort of afterlives that people typically will kind of come up with. But what I do believe is based on the fact that pretty much at the moment of death, what it has been apparently reported through scientific discovery and experiments, there is some electrical activity in the human brain. Don't know about other animals, but definitely at least in the human brain, pretty much at the moment of death, or the kind of last moments of life. And so what I genuinely believe is the body naturally knows, even if only on a subconscious level, it knows that death is imminent. And so my belief is in those final moments, whatever a person's beliefs are around death, whether that is the case of they believe in heaven or hell, whether it is they believe in reincarnation, whether they believe there is nothing, effectively, I believe as a way of the body and the mind kind of trying to prepare itself for death. A person who truly believes in something enough, they will see what they have always believed. So, for example, if you believe that you're going to be going to heaven, you will see those images of the pearly gates or whatever. If you believe you're going to hell, you'll see the fires of hell and brimstone and the devil and all this kind of stuff. And if you believe that you're going to be reincarnated, you might kind of get the visions of being reborn or whatever. And I think that it kind of lies consistently as well, because you do have those people who've had near-death experiences, and you see people who have kind of gone back and, you know, they've revisited their life, or you have those people saying, oh, I was going towards a white bright light and I was going towards a pearly gates, or whatever. That is my belief. I don't know whether it's a good belief. I don't know if it makes even any sense to some people. But for me, I think it's a logistical and scientific thought process. You know, you can feel free to disagree with me. You can choose to, you know, let me know if you have any of your own theories about what happens after life. But yeah, I don't believe that there is going to be any... I don't believe that there's an all-powerful being who has created a wondrous heaven and hell, you know, for the good people and the bad people. I don't believe in any of that. But, you know, death is a strange phenomenon, and it affects people in different ways. And unfortunately, like in this instance, you have the character of Annie, who uses it as a chance to try and emotionally blackmail people, I suppose. What else can I say about this episode? There is that subtle hint that the character played by Robert Webb, there's that suggestion that he might be gay, or at least bi, or at the very least, on one occasion, he has slept with a man, or a man has jerked him off, or something. So that's going to be interesting if they follow that up. But overall, it was a solid episode. I wouldn't quite say it was maybe as strong as the first episode, but it was still a reasonably good episode, and I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it? Do you have any other thoughts? Please drop them in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and of course smash that like button. But that's going to do it for today's reaction. Thank you once again. For now, my name is Kevin. I am a geek, and you've been watching Kevin the Geek. Goodbye.